Hello everyone, and welcome to or back to my channel. Today I am going to be preparing a couple of the sets that I'm going to be using in my upcoming LPS series. Right now I am setting up the general store, which is going to be a small town marketplace called The Buzz, and a lot of the pieces that I'm using came with the set, but I'm also going to be using a few of my own accessories to make it my own. I plan on having one of my LPS characters in the series have their mom work at the marketplace as the owner, and they are going to be hanging out there and helping out a lot with their best friend. I don't want to get too far into detail about the plot, but I have thought a lot about what I'm going to be doing for this series, and I think I know where I want all of the characters to go. I also am currently planning on making this around 2 seasons right now, unless you guys really like it, and then I'll keep going, because there are a lot of ways this could go with how many characters I picked out in my previous video, which, speaking of, you should go check that out so that this video makes more sense. The sets that I am putting together in this current video are going to be places that the characters go besides school, home, or just being outside. These are like places that they'll be for seeing each other on the weekends or after school kind of times. So let me know what you guys want to see next for preparing for my upcoming LPS series. We can do their outfits next, setting up the school, doing outdoor scene sets, indoor house sets, and following those videos is probably going to be the teaser. And before the video gets any further, I would like to say thank you guys so much for all the subscribers I got from my last video. I've already gotten 17 subscribers just from telling you guys about this new series coming up, and I'm so thankful, and I hope you guys end up enjoying the series as much as I enjoy making them. Now that I have finally finished decorating the outside of the general store, I'm going to be doing the inside. I want it to be decorated enough so that you can see something in every angle. However, I don't want it to be too crowded so that you have a hard time seeing the characters through the set. I think the plan at the moment is for there to be 2 people working at the grocery store at all times, maybe 1 person at the cash register by the door, and maybe another person either stocking shelves or just hanging around as an extra employee. This set that I am using is actually not by LPS. I found it I don't even remember what brand it was, but it was a completely random brand that I just found shopping one day, and it was pet shop size, so I was like, you're coming home with me. This store is probably just going to be selling some normal food items, but it's going to be a bakery kind of stop in the morning for breakfast kind of place. I'm kind of debating whether I want that table on the right to be somewhere that the people can sit and maybe eat inside, or if it should just be another place where people can order things from the outside, because it would be kind of weird to have a seating area for just one person, so I might make that into another place you can buy things, but by walking by outside. I'm currently adding these tiny jars, and it's nice to have these little filling accessories to make it seem like you put more detail into it, and it just makes it all come together. But at the same time, it is so hard to move the smaller pieces because it's such a small space. Like, if you know pet shop sizes, this is tiny, so it's hard to balance things. Looking back at the recording of this video, I think I'm going to move the tiny jars at the bottom to the middle shelf, and then the red hexagon ones to the bottom shelf, because I feel like having big jars and then small jars, it just kind of annoys me. I think that it should be big jar, small jar, big jar. Otherwise, it just looks so, I don't know, it bothers me. I'm really enjoying putting this together, though, because it's a set that's not boring with the same neutral tones. It's tones of more vibrant colors like blue, red, yellow, and tan. I feel like a lot of LPS roleplays are school, home, and that's about all of the settings. So I want this to be like you can see other places that they're going besides just what's happening at school. While I do want them to be high school students, I want them to be doing other things that we would do in our lives. On a quick side note, what's your guys' opinion on me doing videos on Minecraft once or twice each month? These little accessories are so cute, like the baguettes, the bananas, the fruits. Oh my gosh, it's so cute all together. Okay, and then I have this adorable broom set, and it comes with a dustpan. I am going to come back to that little side table on the end, and I'm going to go back to the front real quick because I found another pot that I could put flowers in. So I'm going to take this one here and add one of the flowers into the red pot so that it's more color in the front. The base of these flowers are really light, but then the top where the flower part is really heavy. So it's hard to make them balance in all of the vases. So I might do 2 in the red pot and then just 1 in the gray one because they're so hard to balance. But I think altogether they should hold each other up. If I go on with the series and decide to have some seasons go by during different episodes, I might take away the flowers and add different things like trees or snow to the front instead of flowers, just so that you can see the difference in seasons. Okay, I had to move where I was recording, but this natural light is a lot better than what my other counter had for lighting, which was just the light right above it. So now I'm going to go back to what I left off on the inside, which was that side table, and I'm going to make it another cashier area, and I'm debating which color I want. I have this cute yellow one, but I feel like it kind of blends in and it's kind of hard to tell what it is. And then I also have this one, but I feel like it's too big for the table, but it matches with the colors pretty well. And then the third one I have is a black cash register, which I think will look good, but I also have a little computer that goes with it, so I'm going to see how that looks together. Out of the 3 cash registers I could find, I think that the black one is my favorite. I might go back into my box though and keep digging or maybe change it out because I feel like the black kind of overpowers it and it's not as vibrant as the rest of the store is. It should be like a gray or a more fun color, I feel like. So which one of these do you think it should be? I should also probably find seating for that area because if I have 2 cash registers, I'm going to want 2 people working at the same time. And here's that computer I was talking about. I'm going to put this by the cash register and it'll kind of look like that, like a little checkout area. While this looks cute, I might have to take away the computer because the rest of the store is giving not as modern of a vibe. So I went back and I found this green cash register, which I think matches the vibe a lot more because the black was kind of overpowering the other colors. Okay, that looks perfect. This one's got to be my favorite. If there is one thing I would recommend to other LPS creators, it is that you should buy from brands besides pet shops because other mini brands can have things that look so good with pet shops, even if it's not from the same brand. Throughout this process, you will see I've gotten my accessories from Strawberry Shortcake characters, Barbies. I've got it from My Little Pony characters. Like, whatever is pet shop size, I'll take and I'll use for here. And that chair seems like it'd be too big. Like if a pet shop was sitting on it, they'd be way too tall. So I might take away the base of the chair and just make it the seating part so that I would just have the character and they would just see over the table. But I'm going to double check and grab a pet shop and make sure that's the right sizing. Alright, I'm going to be using this character, which is actually going to be seen in the series, and I do think that is a good height compared to how tall it would have been. Alright, we are so close to being done with this first set, and next I think I'm going to go on to either a doctor's office or a clothing place, but I'm not sure yet. I like that the windows are open. I might print out a paper of like the sky and put it in the background so that when I am recording, you can see through the windows. And instead of seeing my boring wall and my flooring, you can see just the sky coming out through the windows. So that would be really cute. So here's the finished thing. I would put the welcome sign probably right there. Alright, on to set 2 out of 3 for this video. I've decided that I'm going to make a boutique, or kind of a mall setting. I'm going to have the cash register over there with like a green kind of vibe, and I'm not sure what I want to call this yet, but I have a lot of bird stands that I can put like skirts or collars on, like these things. They came with a bunch of birds pet shops that I got, which I don't know if I have all of them anymore, but I can put accessories on them, so I feel like that'll be a cute kind of mannequin kind of thing to set them on. And then I also have this bag, but I'm not sure if it's the color I want with it, so I might not put any shopping bags in it. So I also have these little game pieces, which I could put collars and skirts around as well, or maybe a scarf I could tie around one of them. And I just have all my materials here, but I need to adjust it in a way that would look like it's an actual mall for pet shops. I go to boutiques a lot because I love shopping, and usually they have a lot of things near the cash register like, oh, you're checking out? Well, these are things you should buy also. And I was debating if I want something like that, but maybe a radio there would look better because I feel like if you're in a boutique, there should be like music playing. And I also have that cage there because it has a mirror, and I feel like they can hold up the clothes against them or try it on and they can look in the mirror during the role play and see if they like it or not. This also might just be a scene that they pass by or look in for fun through a window or something to see this, but I'm not really sure how everything's gonna go just yet. All of these sets are subject to a little bit of change, but these are at least the basis to give me a better idea of how I want this series to go for set-wise. I do also have the marble counter, and I have an area of all white and another area of all black that I could set these scenes against if I prefer that. Going into actually recording it, but I'm just gonna keep it at this for now, and while I'm recording, I'm gonna see which one looks best. I don't want to make a huge mess right now because it's the weekend and I have to clean my room, so I'm not gonna get out all my clothing accessories to show you how it would look, but just picture a bunch of clothes on all of these little stands. Like, use some imagination. You should hopefully see where I'm going with this. At a store of this kind of style, I could imagine a peacock LPS or maybe a swan or one of those little singing birds as the cashier, because they kind of go with this kind of vibe that I have here. Not only because the birds kind of give off that high class kind of look, but at the same time I'm using literal bird stands to hold up the clothes in a bird cage, so I guess it just makes sense. I honestly didn't think I would be ever using these bird stands, but they come in handy. Okay, now that I have the basis structure of how I want the layout to look, I'm going to try to find things in my collection of either carpets or curtains, of smaller things that I can add in the background to make the set look a little more full. So I have this curtain. I think I would definitely put that there, but maybe not the carpet. So that's how I would want it to look with the curtain there, like that. I forgot to show it in the previous clip, but I'm going to be using these price tags on the clothing in the boutique because it'll make it look more intricate. I was running out of storage, but this is going to be the doctor / therapy kind of office setting. And in here, through that door, will be the doctor's office, which will look like this. I have an x-ray area, the bed that they can sit on when they get their shots, and maybe some journaling for the doctor to do with a little clock so that you can see that they're on time for their appointment, and some other little things that might be there. I also added a raised bed because at doctor's offices, they always have those beds that are like super high up. And then this will be the kind of therapy office where they can talk to their therapist. And I'm probably going to add that blue curtain in the background there. But looking at it, I might use this one and then take away the carpet underneath that table, which will look like this. So let me take that away like that. I feel like that would look cute, or the blue curtain, one of those two. Set is super simple, so I might try to find some smaller items that I can add to different parts of it. I like that this lamp matches the color of part of the table, but I feel like there's too much going on with the plant and that light, so I might take away the light and add something on the table like a computer or a journal or a book. I'm gonna add some books because I feel like the therapist would have a lot of knowledge from reading a lot of books about psychology and other things about getting to know people. And I also am putting a journal because maybe the therapist is gonna give them a journal to document how they feel or something along those lines. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode of this series. Make sure to comment down below any questions or suggestions.